it's officially here. The Women's Premier League franchises have finally announced their retentions for the upcoming season of the Women's Premier League. And it's safe to say that in most of the cases, they aren't really surprises.
I mean, if you look at it, the surprises that you would have expected in the Women's Premier League in the WPL was less, because see, there are only 5 teams.
But what is the biggest surprise? RCB winning the title.
That will always be a surprise when you look at it, because RCB winning a title, especially the start of the season last to last year, in the first inaugural season, they didn't win anything. To now suddenly becoming the champions in the next edition only shows that yes, they are a team that is really determined to ensure that they continue the winning run. And this reflects in their auction strategy also, because they have retained the core of what was their winning side in 2024. So in WPL 2025, which will begin from January, February onwards, you're going to see the defending champions at this point in time. RCB have retained most of the core. I mean, look at Asha Shobana. The only trade that happened, by the way, there was, you see, Danny White has a T to her name. She was traded from one franchisee to Royal Challengers Bangalore. Now, that is her dream franchisee, we look at it, because she's a big fan of Virat Kohli, she's a big fan of RCB, and to get the franchisee that she wanted, it was a steal. I think it was for 30 lakhs if she was traded for.
Yeah.
Ekta Bisht is there, Elise Perry, the gold standard of women's
cricketing
cricket.
legend.
Georgia Wareham, the Aussie leg spinner, she's in. Kanika Ahuja, Kate Cross, Renuka Singh, pacer, who's done well in the past for India. There's Richa Ghosh, the wicketkeeper. Then Meghna's there. Shreyanka Patil, who's really been the star she mostly burst through the WPL. Then Smriti Mandhana, their captain, Sophie Devine and Sophie Molyneux. Molyneux, left arm orthodox for Australia, and Sophie Devine for the New Zealand legend. When you look at it, it was a divine way to sign off. So RCB, the strongest of the lot.
I think I really feel that, I'm probably going to look at a 2-time finalist in RCB now, because they have a great combination of youth and experience. You have the likes of Renuka Singh, Richa Ghosh are obviously still pretty much new to the test arena. There's Shreyanka Patil, and then you obviously have the experience in Smriti Mandhana, Sophie Devine and Sophie Molyneux.
And also Elise Perry.
So overall, I think pretty much out of these 10 to 12 odd players, I think 8 to 9 they select themselves as far as the playing 11 is concerned.
I'll also include Georgia Wareham, because Wareham's been a very good leg spinner for Australia in that sense. So RCB look like the most settled lineup at this point in time, and Mandhana, yes, she will want to ensure that she takes RCB to the title yet again, because see, she will only face competition in 2 or 3 franchises. Such is the nature of the WPL. Top 3. If you look at it, the one who finishes on top goes directly to the final. 2 and 3 will play the eliminator, one-off eliminator. The one team or one of the 2 teams that could challenge RCB in this, Delhi Capitals. Now, the one constant that has been there in the Women's Premier League is that Delhi Capitals have been in the final 2 times, and both times they have lost, giving MI and RCB the titles respectively. Now, if you look at it, their retained players do not have much of a surprise also, because
Elise Capsey, Annabelle Sutherland, I think they select themselves. Then there is Arundhati Reddy, and India
had a good run of form in the T20 World Cup also. She was one of the top wicket takers there, one of the top.
Absolutely. One name I'll come to later, Jess Jonasson, Marizan Kapp, Meg Lannon, their skipper, Minnu Mani, Radha Yadav, Shefali Verma, Shikha Pandey, pacer, who's actually doing well in the Women's Big Bash League also, Sneha Deepti, Tanya Bhatia, Tita Sadhu, and I feel that this time around there's going to be a captaincy change for Delhi Capitals, with Jemima Rodriguez taking over from Meg Lanning.
Yep, Meg Lanning announced her retirement from all forms of, if you look at it, international cricket last year, and there was a big void that Alyssa Healy had to step in. So that's why Meg Lanning's departure has now ensured that, yes, Gulati pointed out that you may have a captaincy change, and Jemima Rodriguez is there. She's got a good team to work around. I mean, you look at the Indians in particular, Shefali Verma, she's been inconsistent, but when she becomes aggressive, she can really change the show. Then you got Radha Yadav, gun fielder, gun bowler. When you look at Minnu Mani from Kerala, one of the few female players from Kerala to have made their mark in the WPL. Shefali Verma. Then you look at Shikha Pandey, yes, doing very well in the Women's Big Bash League.
I still don't understand why she's deemed unfit to be a part of India's 11 in limited overs.
Very surprising. So you got Tita Sadhu. Tita Sadhu hasn't had that much of exposure after her Under-19 World Cup exploits, and that is why, looking at it, Tita Sadhu could be a good fit in the Delhi Capitals when you look at this new team. Arundhati Reddy, good pace bowler, but all the overseas retentions, Jess Jonathan, one of the top bowlers in the world when you look at death overs, especially left arm spin.
Yeah.
Wow. Then you've got Alice Capsey, Annabelle Sutherland, Marizanne Kapp, South African legend, and then you've got Meg Lanning. Then you are looking at the inaugural champions, the Mumbai Indians, and there is one major surprise there that I would like to point out. See, Amandeep Kaur, Amanjot Kaur, no surprise there. Amelia Kerr, the New Zealand T20 World Cup winning bowler and one of the top wicket takers, she's there, obviously had to be retained. Chloe Tryon from South Africa, Harmanpreet Kaur, the captain. Hayley Matthews, no surprise there. Then Jintimani Kalita from Assam, she's in. Kirtana Balakrishnan, Nat Siver from England, that also is no surprise. Pooja Vastrakar, Sajeevan Sajana, one of the power hitters in the WPL when you look at it. Saikya Ishaq, Shabnim Ismail, one of the paciest women's bowlers in world cricket. Yastika Bhatia.
And which is your surprise in this?
No, EC Wong.
Yes.
EC Wong had taken
the
a hat-trick.
England international.
Yes, she'd taken a hat-trick in the WPL, but yet she finds no retention. So that's why this is quite surprising in that way. But otherwise, again, Mumbai Indians, solid core. And that's why, will they be the champions? Will it be an MI versus RCB final? That we'll have to wait and watch. That'll be a dream final. So whoever wins that,
once again, pretty much looks like the monopoly of RCB, MI and Delhi Capitals in the Women's Premier League as of now.
I mean, out of 5, how can you get a monopoly of 3 teams? That the funda of the WPL is now turning our attention to the Gujarat Giants.
Well, let's have a look at their retained players. Ashley Gardner, an Australia international, an all-rounder, spinning all-rounder.
One of the best in the world at this point in time.
One of the best in the world, obviously, as Siddharth rightly said. Beth Moone, another Australia international, keeper batter. Bharti Fulmali, Dayalan Hemlata, Harleen Deol, a gun fielder, and it's great that Gujarat Giants have actually retained Harleen Deol, because knowing that she wasn't really a part of the previous season due to a knee injury that he suffered that also kept her out of India action, but it's great that they have retained and showed her faith in her. Kashvi Gautam, South Africa skipper Laura Walwart, Mannat Kashyap,
both
Meghna
from
Singh,
under 19. Kashvi Gautam and
Mannat Kashyap, Meghna Singh, Phoebe Litchfield.
So, upcoming great from Australia, one of the youngsters is doing great. Priya Mishra, Saheli Sadgare, Shabdim Shakil, Tanuja Kanwar. But GG, Gujarat Giants are the only team that they have not retained their own captain.
Snehe Rana. Yes, now you have to get a bit of a context here. Yes, Beth Mooney was their captain, but Beth Mooney unfortunately suffered that ankle injury. So Snehe Rana was in charge of the Gujarat Giants. That was in the inaugural season.
No, previous
second season. Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, in that, Snehe Rana unfortunately didn't take her team to great heights, and that's why they did not get to the playoffs. And that is why when you look at it, Gujarat Giants at this stage, they now will have you look at it, Beth Mooney as one of the captaincy contenders. And apart from that, the rest of the squad, they invested heavily in the under-19 World Cup stars. For example, Kashvi Gautam and Mannat Kashyap. So the last team that you're looking at it is UP Warriors, and
so far they have been the underachievers in the Women's Premier League.
I mean, you look at the likes of Alyssa Healy, Chamari Attapattu, Grace Harris, Talia McGrath, how can this team not do well? But yes, they have not done well in this year. So Kiran Navgire is there, Anjali Sarwani, Deepti Sharma, one of the core Indian players is in the UP
Sophie
Warriors
Excelstone, Talia McGrath, Uma Chetri and Vrinda Dinesh.
Uma Chetri, one of the few wicket keepers to come from Assam. She continues to be retained by the UP Warriors. Vrinda Dinesh from, she was initially from Bengaluru. Now she's made her mark there also. Saima Thakur, Rajeshwari Gaikwad. Gaikwad has been out of the scheme of the Indian cricket team for a long time, but now she finds a retention in the UP Warriors this as well, along with Kiran Navgire, Poonam Khemnar. So, not many surprises in the retention list that is there for the WPL. So, we look forward to the WPL coming back January, February. That's the period when they will want to be ensuring that RCB become 2-time champions, Mumbai Indians become 2-time champions. Will Delhi Capitals ease the pain, or will it be a new champion in the form of the UP Warriors or the Gujarat Giants? So we'll be joining you for that. All the latest news in the world of the WPL, we'll be bringing you live. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this WPL retention. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis from me and Sid Gulati here. It is bye-bye. See you soon.